Oh, how gold no longer shines. Even our finest gold is changed, and precious gems from the holy place are scattered and spilled in the streets. But worse yet, the people themselves, the precious children of Zion, are treated like clay pots, formed by a potter, now debased and devalued, but they were once worth their weight in gold. Cruelty marks our young women. Even jackals nourish their young, but like the stupid ostrich in the desert, my people don't care a whit for their own. Desperate infants thirst for milk, their tongues are stuck to the roofs of their mouths. Hungry children beg for food, and no one responds. Even those raised with a silver spoon, swaddled in the richest fabric, are starving, perishing in the streets. They swarm through rubbish like flies. Forever, without relief, it seems my city will suffer more for their wrongdoing than cruel Sodom did. With their instant and violent overthrow, no one wrung hands in despair for that city. The Eternal One says, "Glory comes in service for those consecrated to me. They are purer and cleaner than snow and whiter than milk, their bodies chiseled and healthy, as polished as sapphires and redder than coral." But how stark the contrast. They have suffered so, now they are sullied with grime, unrecognizable on the streets, skeletal and frail, as dry as tender. If only they could have died valiantly by the sword rather than doubled over by famine, this long-drawn agony of hunger, deprived of the yield of the field. Just imagine the injustice. Loving mothers are forced to cook their babies' flesh. Children have become their food, all because of the destruction of the daughter of my people. Kindling a fire, the Eternal One attacked Zion until nothing was left, not even the foundations. God's anger was poured out as that angry fire consuming all. Little did they know, thinking Jerusalem could not be breached, not by kings, not by ordinary people, and not by anyone of the earth. Absolutely no one imagined Jerusalem's enemies would get in. Many and terrible were the crimes that her leaders, the ones who should be most righteous of all, committed. Prophets and priests shed the blood of the upstanding and also the unjust in her midst. Never had leaders wandered blindly, polluted by the blood they spilled, untouchable even by their garments. "Out! Get away from us! We're impure! Don't touch us!" the priest and prophet yelled. So they wandered like fugitives, rejected wherever they went. Even the foreign nations wouldn't take them. The presence of the Eternal is overwhelming. God has scattered them into the winds. God no longer holds them in esteem. The priests receive no honor, the elders no respect. Quietly, they waited for help until our eyes failed. We hoped and watched for a nation to rescue us, but we waited in vain. No rescue came. Routinely, our steps were tracked so that we could not even walk our own streets. This was it. Our days at an end. We were done for. Swifter than eagles in the sky, they pursued us through the mountains, and in all the wild places, they hunted us and lay in wait. Trapped, our King, the Eternal One's anointed, the breath of our life, was taken into their pits. Of him we said, he has cast a long shadow that will protect us from the nations. Utter your words of joy, Edom, inhabitants of the land of Uz. Go ahead, be happy. In time, the cup of suffering will be yours too, and you'll drink so deeply, so perilously as to be intoxicated and stripped naked. Viciously, daughter of Zion, your iniquity has been punished. That is done. Your exile is over. Daughter Edom, on the other hand, is a different story. You'll be called to account for your sins and uncovered accordingly. May holy wisdom enter through our ears.
And may she find a home in our hearts.